Now, next product I've actually got to review for you. This is the second episode of the product reviews. My Dune Ensuite Shower Tent that I got from Anaconda as well, because it's a Dune brand, so you can only get it from them. So I'm going to give you guys a quick setup, tell you what I do and don't like about it. There's a reason I chose this one, and I'll explain that later. So, in the awning, there's 3 poles. You get your spreader pole, and then you get your 2 vertical poles. These 2 vertical poles will pretty much go here and here. They go on the opposite corners of the shower tent. That's what holds the opposite corners up, whereas there's none on the back here because it's all mounted on the car. And the spreader pole, it's what separates them so they don't fall in on each other. So, sit these ones here for now. When undoing it, once you've undone the zipper, you can actually fold the bag back over the top, and then you never have to touch it again. So this shower tent actually does have a roof in it, so you have to roll the roof up, pack it in as well. Easiest way to set it up and pack it up, roll everything up separate, leave the roof over the top, and then flip it back over and roll it down. So once I undo these, see, this is the shower tent and this is the roof I was mentioning. So throw the roof back over the side, and all you need to do is pull these ones out, shake it all around so you can get everything out, and then that is where these poles come in. So you need to extend them out all the way. What you need to do as well, the spreader pole actually goes underneath these. So put the spreader in first, and then you can push it in here. And we'll do the same on the other side. Now, obviously we haven't Velcroed it in yet, but there's a reason why, because you need to set these up first so you can actually get stability to Velcro them all in. Now, don't know how well you can see them. There's also little hooks here. I'll bring the camera close and show you in a minute. You'll hook that up onto your spreader pole up the top. That's going to keep this side from sagging down. Now, as you're going to see, at the moment, it's swaying to the side a bit. There's a reason I got one with the roof, and I'm going to explain why. So I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer. Now, as for setting the roof up, it's actually fairly straightforward. So on the roof, there's little eyelets on both the corners. So all you need to do is put one in, and it is a little bit easier to do on the outside because you need to pull it. And there's a reason you've got to pull so hard, because the roof is what gives the whole tent stability. So to pull it over the top of the pole, everything's now mounted there. Now, if you look at it, that's got almost no sway in it now compared to what it had before. Down the bottom of the tent, there's actually these little loops. You've got to loop these around the tent poles. Now, I'm not going to do it for you just yet, but that is what keeps the shower tent out. And out the back here, you got the same thing with a little hook, just need to peg it in down the bottom, and that keeps it flexed out. Now, I haven't actually fully set it up yet. As I said, there's little loops down the bottom, and there's hooks at the bottom that you can tie down with some pegs. You can also get some guy ropes on both the corners, bring them down. Now, and there's also little Velcro straps to keep the roof in. But as you saw how tense it was, you don't really need to do them unless it's really windy, because it's just more things to do. Now, I'll go through what I do like about it, and haven't fully set it up, but I'll show you the inside. The tent as well, it's always on the left side of it. So it's just a couple of Velcro straps, and all it is, Velcros together. And obviously if you got that corner pegged in, it's gonna be all flexed out, and that's fine. So then when you walk in, open it up, walk on in. Now the inside of it, it's got a roof. I'm nearly as tall as it, and I'm 6'3". So if you 6'4", 6'5", I'd be looking at a different option. I wouldn't be getting this one. Now what I do like about it, it has a pocket here and a pocket here for all your dry things. It's also got the 2 hands, open it up. So if you leave your car window open, in there you could leave your toiletries or something just on your seat, and then you can reach in, grab them, reach out, whatnot. And now, down the bottom, there's not so much room because the car's, car doors here, whereas the back of the shower tent's there. So you do lose a lot of room. And then, we've got the side step here. So we've really only got from here to here. Once you flex everything out by, pegging the corners down, you do get a bit more room, but it's definitely, it'll fit one person no matter what. And these are these little Velcro straps I was talking about as well. So you just get those, wrap them around the pole, tie them back on. The light would like to adjust to it. Yeah, you can see them there, but there's a couple more up here. They're all around. And these are the little clips I was talking about that go onto the pole. Now, I can't tell you the price of what they are now. I bought it, it would have been near the end of 2022, so I've had it for just over a year and a bit. And I got it for $200 at the time. I think it is a little bit cheaper now. For the price of it, it's definitely worth it compared to your Kings one, your XTM one, any other of the, you know, the home brand camping store brands, because it has a roof and it actually goes pretty much all the way down. Whereas I was looking at a Kings and XTM one, they don't have a roof, they come to about this height, and they also cut out at about this height, just a little bit off the ground. So with those, you end up having the issue that everyone can see your feet and everyone can see your head, and you got no roof. Benefit of the roof, when you're showering, doesn't really matter because you're gonna get wet either way. But if you have a little porta potty or you like to use it as a toilet, very handy, because if it's raining, you got your tent just right on the back, you got a rooftop or whatnot. This is mounted on the side of a camper trailer or something. It's got the roof that if it's raining, you can still go in here, go to the toilet without getting drenched from the rain. So I also figure I will give you a little time lapse of packing it up. Sometimes it is annoying. If it's windy, it is very annoying. You're gonna need two people, but generally you can do it all by yourself. So the first thing you're gonna start with is getting rid of all the Velcro straps on the sides, getting rid of these hooks. As you can see what I mean, the wind's just picked up, and it's already come over to the side. So you get rid of all your Velcro straps. You can pop all your poles out, pop the roof off, set all the poles aside, because they actually go in the bag afterwards. Now, as I mentioned earlier, with the roof, it is so much easier. Throw the roof over the top. Now, the poles are on two different levels, so you need to do the right one first. They don't quite click in, but they do hold, and then you got to do the left one. So once you've done them, now you can drop the roof back down. Make sure everything is nice and flush and square, and you can start rolling it up. So make sure you grab all your corners. So I've missed one here. Make sure your poles are clicked back in, as they don't click in properly and they will slide out. Now what you need to do is bring the bag back over the top. Then you need to find your shackles for your Velcro. Pull that as tight as you can. Pull that down tight again as well. Now for the poles, I've just set my car alarm off, so that's not a good thing. Anyway, don't rattle your car around too much doing it. But for the poles, there's actually just a little PVC bag here, a little fabric bag. All you gotta do, put your poles in there, tuck them up and zip it up. So I'll show you those as well. So all they do, they just go straight in. And as I said, you tuck them up. When you tuck them up, make sure you pull the zipper down and don't get the bag caught in it. That is the one thing that I always struggle with. Once that's there. Now, one thing I definitely will tell you I don't like about this zipper is terrible. I think I need to, you get some zipper lubricant and put on it. Like some of the Easy Glide, I think they call it, because yeah, as you can see, it's a pain to pull and the bag is extremely tight for what's in it. And the issue with that is it gets caught in everything. Whereas my King's awning, which you would have seen if you watched the last review, the bag is probably about twice the size of the awning, so there's heaps of space to zip it. Clean, easy zip from one end to the other. But as I just said with this one, it gets caught and absolutely everything. And there you go, all packed up and set up, pack up, set up within 5 minutes. Easy done. Obviously, if you go and put all your guy ropes and everything down, if it's really windy, you'll need to do that. But I've only put them out once when it was really windy. When it was windy, that I had the guy rope down the whole awning. And yeah, once you get the roof out, it pretty much stabilizes the whole thing. As long as you peg the corners in, that's all you're gonna need and it's all done. So if you're looking for an ensuite tent, highly suggest you get one of these compared to the others, because as I mentioned, goes higher up and it goes lower, and it's also got a roof on it. Little pockets and everything all the shower tents have got. So yeah, thanks for watching. you.